Well, hi guys. Now, as you know, we're studying solving quadratic equations. So I've got an absolute little gem for you in this session, the quadratic formula. So we really need to have a look at this because you are going to love this. I know, you couldn't love anything quadratic. Well, yes, you can love this. So just sit back, relax, and be prepared to be delighted. If we want to solve the quadratic equation, right, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, okay? You're thinking pain and anguish. Well, we can complete the square as follows. Now, I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to do the pain and anguish. You don't have to do any of this. Just sit back and watch. And I'm going to show you a result which is going to be very, very useful. We're going to complete the square, okay, on this. It's all going to be with A's and B's and C's, so it's a bit ghastly and ghoulish, but just watch as I go and see if you can follow on with me, okay? You won't have to do it yourself, so don't worry. So now I take the A out, okay, of the bracket because the coefficient of the x squared term was A, and I need to take that out of the bracket, so therefore you divide everything inside the bracket by A. Yes? Alright, got that? Okay, now we have to complete the square, so I've got to do half of this b over a coefficient of the x term here, and then square it, and then take it away again straight away. Alright, yes, so that's b over 2a, all squared, minus the whole thing. Okay, so I haven't altered the equation, and so that the left-hand side still does equal the right-hand side. Now, okay, next step. Therefore, this thing here, guys, is equal to that thing as a perfect square there like that, okay? Yes, and then I've got these two terms here still to deal with, okay? So if I multiply, get rid of that bracket there, that's b squared over 4a squared plus c over a, alright? So far so good. Right, now what I'm doing now is I'm doing the common denominator of 4a squared here, so I can combine these two terms as a single fraction. So you'll get b squared plus, oh no you won't, minus, I'm sorry, there's a minus out here, so if you put that in a bracket, you'll have to go minus 4ac up here. Alright, now I know it's looking pretty beastly, but don't worry, it's going to be good, okay? Now, what we have to do now is a difference of two squares of what's inside those square brackets. So therefore we've got a times this thing, which is already something squared, minus, now, the square root of 4a squared is 2a, so that's alright, but the square root of this thing is, well, it's all too hard, so we just put it as the square root of the thing in the numerator squared. Okay, so the whole thing becomes this square root in the numerator over 2a all squared. And now we've got ourselves a difference of two squares, guys, and it will be it becomes that. Alright, come on. Get up off the floor, will you? We've got work to do. Now this is a times, okay, the first thing minus the second thing times the first thing plus the second thing, right? Equals 0. Alright, now come on, we're nearly there now. So therefore, we know that a can't be 0. That's ridiculous. So therefore, this thing or this thing must equal 0. So therefore, that's what I'm saying. So therefore, that thing in the first bracket equals 0, or the thing in the second bracket equals 0. Now we're solving it for x. So therefore, x is equal to, okay, this thing here, which is what you get when you solve this first one here for x, moving this thing and this thing over to the other side of the equation, or we get from this one up here, we get x is this beastie, alright? Now, you can combine them both by just saying this one, see, this one's got a plus, this one's got a minus, right, for that second term with the square root thingy on the numerator. We can say it's okay, it's x is minus b over 2a plus or minus this thing. And because there's something over 2a and something else over 2a, we can combine it all into one great big fraction like that. There you are. Now, yes, I know. Look, it is very good. It is a great result, okay? Because I'll show you why. This solution is known as the quadratic formula, and it provides an extremely useful general solution which can be used again and again, okay? You can use it again and again, guys. You don't have to worry about all the pain and anguish of factorising and completing the square and all the rest of it, because it's all been done for you in this one wonderful formula, which I have called the silver bullet in the past to students who didn't like quadratics, because it basically solves everything. So here it is. This is the thing. Now, all right. So if ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, then x is this. So all you've got to do is get your quadratic trinomial, which you've got an equation for this kind of thing equals 0, work out what the a term is, what the b term is, what the c term is, and just plug and chug into this formula. And Bob's your uncle. Everything's good. You've got the solution. Okay? So we can take any quadratic equation in the above form. As I said, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, and to simplify, simply substitute the specific values of a, b and c into the above general solution. I know it's too good to be true, but you know, wow, that's for sure. It's a big wow, guys. E.g., come on, have a look at this. Solve the following using the quadratic solution. 3x squared plus 4x minus 1 equals 0. Okay, now look, that's the second one. Okay, minus x squared plus 4x plus 8 equals 0. Now, let's go. The first one. So therefore we're saying there it is. Now, this is of the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, where a is 3, b is 4, and c is minus 1. So therefore, we know that this is our quadratic solution. Therefore, we just plug it in. There's minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4 times a times c. Now, just be careful of the double negative here. That's going to be 4 3s are 12. That's going to be a plus 12 because you've got a minus by a minus, right? So that's 16 plus 12 there. This is, that's all right, that's 6 down there. So that's what you get. That's what you get. Now, 16 plus 12 is 28. And 28, if you'd like to simplify that, 28 is 4 times 7. So as a surd, you'll get 2 root 7. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. That's right, and that's what you get, okay, when you simplify the root 28. Right, now, if you divide through top and bottom by 2, because there is a common factor on the top line and on the bottom line of 2, you'll get minus 2 plus or minus root 7 over 3, and that is what x is. In other words, x is minus 2 plus root 7 over 3, or x is minus 2 minus root 7 over 3, which fills us with glee. And it's a mighty big wow, you see? It's terrific. Okay, what about b now? Same thing. This is of the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, where a is minus 1, b is plus 4, and c is plus 8, and therefore we just use this silver bullet, as I call it, and it'll solve everything. So therefore it becomes minus 4, that's minus b, plus or minus b squared minus 4 times a times c, and that's 2a, because a is negative 1, right? So that's 2a. Alright, so we'll simplify what's under here first. What's that going to come to? 16 plus 32, I think. Yeah, plus 32. So 16 and 32 is 48, isn't it? Oh, yes, it is. Now, 48, what's that on a good day? It's 16 times 3, isn't it? So it'll be 4 root 3 when you simplify that. Yes, and then you can divide both top and bottom through again by 2, and then there's a negative 2 down here we've got to take care of, okay? So, yes, so, look, if you multiply top and bottom by minus 1, you'll get plus 4 minus plus this over plus 2. Then that makes it easy. That's fixed up that minus 2 and turned it into a plus 2, okay? So then we just get, dividing through top and bottom by 2, you just get 2 plus or minus 2 root 3 over 1, which we don't need to worry about the 1 anymore, okay? There it is, that's the solution. That is the solution, guys, to that quadratic equation. Here's another one. Okay, x squared minus x minus 12 equals 0, same thing. That's the form of it. So a is 1, b is minus 1, and c is minus 12. Plug it into the quadratic formula, and you get that. My goodness. Okay, All right, oh, that's going to be 49. Look, 1 squared is 1, 4 12s are 48, and it's plus. So 1 plus 48 is 49, and the square root of 49 is 7. So there won't be any surds left after we finish with that one. Yes, so it'll be plus 1, plus or minus 7, all over 2. So this looks like it's going to be a whole number one, guys. A whole number one. So if we couldn't guess the factors or work them out systematically as whole number factors, we could have just resorted to the quadratic solution and got the answer anyway, systematically. Yes? So what does that come to? That comes to plus 1 plus 7 over 2, or plus 1 minus 7 over 2, which gets us 8 over 2, or minus 6 over 2, which gets us 4, or minus 3. Yippee! There it is. X is plus 4, or X is minus 3, okay? Now this does agree with other approaches we use for whole number factors, yes, because this one is a whole number solution, right? So if we were using the same example as above, and we did the factor and group method, which I like, we would have said, alrighty, factors of 12 are 4 and a 3, and to get minus x, you'd go minus 4x plus 3x, wouldn't you? You would indeed, and then you group, like I showed you how to do, and then you take out the x minus 4 binomial factor out of both of those terms. You'll get an x left after you take it out of here, and you'll get a plus 3 left after you take it out of there. You'll get that. Now, as you know, using the null factor law, you can say, therefore, x minus 4 must have been 3, or x plus 3 must have been equal to 0. I mean, x minus 4 equals 0, or x plus 3 equals 0. Therefore, we know that therefore x equals plus 4, x equals minus 3, which is exactly what we got up there. You see? It's great, isn't it? The quadratic formula. Now, if you write that down, or even if you remember it, it looks really, really nasty when you first see it, but you use it so many times, it gets very easy to remember, and it just saves you all your troubles and makes them go away, okay, with quadratic equations. So that's the end of it, okay? How did you like it? I told you it'd be good. All right, well, go ahead and do some practice now, get good at it, and we'll see you in the next exciting installment. Okay, all the best.